Okay, so our essential question: how are modern humans more advanced than our ancestors? And humans appeared very, very late in the Earth's history. So, common ancestor is the correct term when talking about evolution. Scientists don't say we came from monkeys. That's not the term we use. We say we have a common ancestor way back when in our family tree. And then we like to classify things, we like to group things together. In 12.1, no, 10.1, way back in 10.1, we talked about Carolus Linnaeus, and he started the classification and taxonomy system by grouping things together that have similarities. And that evolved to now DNA sequences. How much DNA do we have in common? But the first group that we talk about is primates. Primates are mammals with flexible hands and feet, forward looking eyes. They're not on the sides of our heads. We look forward. And enlarged brains. Our brain is, of course, the biggest and the most complex. But there are other animals that have larger brains than their ancestors. They got progressively larger and larger and larger. And they all descended from a common ancestor. And the Ed puzzle does a better job at demonstrating and illustrating that concept. They get to use fun animations. I just use words. Primates get split further into two groups. So all of these, it's like a tree. So primates are up here. It's like an umbrella, and then that gets split, and then this one gets split, and then this one gets split till we get more and more specific till we get to us. So the first group is called prosimians. They are the oldest living primates. They're mostly small and nocturnal, and they include animals like tarsiers and lemurs. Where do lemurs live? Where have we seen lemurs? Anybody have any guesses? You've never seen the movie? Madagascar. There you go, Kyle. There you go, Cynthia. That's okay, Anthony. You're all right. I record it. I'll post it this afternoon. Yes, the only place that you can find lemurs on Earth is Madagascar. Now, so then the second group of primates are called anthropoids. These are human-like primates. The prefix anthro, whenever you hear the prefix anthro, it means human. We live in the Anthropocene time period. It's the period of humans. And then we're going to branch off again into New World monkeys, Old World monkeys, and hominoids. And then hominoids get branched again. They're divided into hominids, great apes, lesser apes. And then hominids is our branch, include living and extinct humans. So we have the general concept on top, the primates, and then the two main branches, and then all these little branches off the sides. There's our evolutionary family tree. They're called phylogenetic trees. In my college class, I teach a little more about them, and we put them together a little more. There are many fossils of extinct hominids. So most hominids are either, and the genus is going to the Latin names we use for living and extinct humans. The earlier genus was called Australopithecus, which is a mouthful. And the genus of us, we are the genus Homo. The Homo genus first evolved 2.4 MYA stands for million years ago. And if we compare that to when the dinosaurs lived and died, they died 65 million years ago. So dinosaurs and man never ever lived together. We were not even a thought in the universe's mind when the dinosaurs died. And our official scientific name is called Homo sapiens, which translates to wise man. And the success of humans is attributed to a few key advancements. The first one is called being bipedal. Bi means two, like a bicycle has two wheels. And then pedal, peds have to do with feet. So walking on 2 feet or 2 legs. We don't use our hands to walk. So this freed up our hands to do other things, like make tools. Once we didn't have to use our hands to swing or walk, we could do more novel things with them. So the ability to make tools gave us a wider variety of food to eat. An enlarged brain, like I talked about. Brains got a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And our brain got so big that we have consciousness. We also have the ability to speak actual words. So complex thought and communication became a thing. And so now, like I said, they compared DNA. So if you line up our DNA and our closest relative's DNA, one of the monkeys, I think it's the bonobo, but there's 98.6% of DNA that is the exact same. So scientists have taken that 1.4% that's different, figured out what's actually different. Part of it is our brain is bigger. Part of it is encoded in our DNA is the structures of our mouth and our tongue so we can form words. There's other ones too. There's one that we digest starch and milk differently. But there's a whole paper about it, about what exactly is different in that 1% of DNA, which is fascinating to me, but I'm a science teacher, so. And then I think that is our last slide. So I'm going to switch over to Canvas. And there's the rest of our week. We got 12.6 notes. The Edpuzzle, like I said, that will spell it out better than I could with the animations that they do. Got the human evolution gizmos comparing skulls of the Australopithecus versus Homo habilis versus Homo sapiens all throughout time. And this is the last section. So you got your last check for understanding quiz. And then I open the test. If you get done with everything, you want to take the test early, you can, but the test isn't technically due until next Monday. But get what you can done.